Hi
Okay,
everyone.
so sorry, go ahead. Venkat.
Welcome. Hi everyone. Welcome to the quick session on GenAI use cases by Ketan. Thanks, Ketan. You did one session, quick overview session last time for SSAGL Gurus community. This is your second session going through it. So Ketan is one of the Agilists whom I know very closely, who is working on this AI implementation. They created the AI prompts for different use cases, different roles. So with that context, over to you, Ketan.
Yeah, thank you, Satish. Yeah, on a Friday evening, it should be a frustrated agilist from all those 5 days coming in, and this should be the most opt way of motivating ourselves to go with some friends out somewhere and not discussing Gen AI and something else. But thanks for everyone to be participating here, and pretty sure for the next 70 plus minutes, you have to bear with me. Hopefully, you bear it in a very good, fruitful way as well. So, I'm from Pune and still learning as a sponge learner with respect to AI from last year or so. And also learning on the agile space from many of you. One of the champion is there anyways here, Satish. So been learning through his a lot of different areas, directly, indirectly, many areas as well. So thanks for that as well. So coming back to the session. So before I start, maybe let's make it interactive and let's understand from you guys that, what is that about Gen AI that you are really fascinated about and how well are you using it? And if you are using, then what tools are you using? You can just raise your hands and we can just just have a discussion on this. Let's start with an interactive discussion to know from you what tools you use, for which role you're using it, and how do you feel about it?
I can go. Hi, Ketan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Krishna. I'm from Bangalore. Last time I attended your session, so I've been using GenAI mainly for some of the use cases. I'm an agile coach, so some of the use cases for getting some coaching tips or backlog refinement and all. I think you also talked about those kind of use cases last time. So I'm using that, and also mainly I'm also using for my customization of my CV also.
Oh,
To
fantastic.
be honest with you, because I'm searching my some assignments or job, so that is the predominantly is what I'm using. That is my take.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks, Krishna. Anybody else?
Hi,
Hi,
Ketan.
Ketan. This is Mohit from Delhi.
Yep, go ahead, Mohit.
So I'm using ChatGPT, Cloud AI, then Perplexity. So I'm using it for content generation. Then, of course, my daily routine like user story creation, and then like any email writing. So CV optimization. These are some of the common use cases which I do use.
Cool. Anything in specific? Any positives you'd like to share about after using it? How it has changed your ways of doing things and considering daily AI kind of a thing.
I think some or the other way it has improved my productivity because it is quite fast. And what I'm looking for, I'm getting that result based on the prompt which I share.
Okay.
And like previously, when I used to search in Google, I had to spend lot much time, to find out the context, but exact context. And sometimes even I was not able to find out the exact context. But now it is pretty easier compared to that.
Cool. Nice to know that, Mohit, from you. Thanks a lot. Anybody else would like to share their views?
Hello, Ketan. Teja here from
Hi,
Bangalore.
Tejan.
Yeah, I'm also using. Actually, earlier it is so difficult, even if I want to check from Stack Overflow, and it is so difficult. But I'm using Gemini frequently. Compared to ChatGPT, I like Gemini is better. So it is very quick, and whatever I'm expecting, I'm getting the results. So it's speed up my work as well. Thank you.
Nice one. Anybody else?
Hello, good afternoon from myself. I'm talking from United Kingdom.
Oh,
I've used
fantastic.
ChatGPT and also I've used a Copilot. But
Oh,
what I can say is it increased productivity, and I've used it for give me tips on how to pass professional exams.
mhm.
And also I've used it. I think I got that from the last session that you did, that I joined early hours of our time. And also I've used it to kind of create a slide, like a coaching session I want to give to my team. So I've used Copilot. So Copilot actually give me tips to use, and it also give me various options if I'm not too happy with what the answer to my prompt. So that's one thing I can say about that. And it's very quick. I use it for rephrasing my emails and make it more professional for the stakeholder to read, kind of a thing like that. So I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. I hope so. The learning continues.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? We'll take a couple of more, if possible, to share your insights before we move forward. Or even you can put those things in the chat as well if required.
So I can share
Yeah, go
our
ahead, Satish.
team's experience, not my experience, but our team's experience. So ours is a legacy code base, 40-year-old code base. So you know how the technology changes, new versions, new technology coming up right now. So the moment we started launching into the cloud, it was really tough to migrate that existing legacy code base into the latest version of the cloud, right? So
Yeah.
that's where our teams use that official authentic approved tool within the organization, where did the refactoring of the code, existing code, and made it into the latest code base.
Okay.
That helped them improve the code refactoring, the code reviews, the quality of the code. This way, it helped them from the overall implementation perspective.
Great. So, what I want in the next couple of minutes for all of you is in the chat, just mention what is that you're looking to learn with respect to Gen AI for your learning. What is that one, top one thing that you feel you need to still learn, you need to still know about it? If you can just put a chat, and I would, there are some couple of very simple use cases that we're going to show today, but it is going to be very, very important to keep that as a backlog as well. So that, this continuous learning process can evaluate to understand what exactly you need. And that can be a good basis as well to see if I can answer those questions with some examples in the session as well. So maybe just take a couple of minutes, and just put on the chat, what is that you need more to understand from GenAI? What is that the question that you ask, that what is that I can do more here that you don't know yet? And you feel that you should be capable enough to do it, and how we can collaborate, not to help, but to support each other. So just put on a chat. All right, continuous learning for GenAI. Let's keep on going there. How do we really generate generative AI output to our existing tool? Fantastic. How to make my work easy in terms of test automation, creating insights. Great. It's very important because, especially Krishna mentions transfer to Jira. Any more? Build metrics and dashboards. Surely let the thoughts flow in there, and we're going to surely take that as a backlog item to prioritize as well. How to make our work easy with help of GenAI. How can I use GenAI to support team as well? Okay, fantastic. Cool. How it will impact our future industry. Great. So before I start the session and get into my demonstration, let's have some fun. I had this fun somewhere in one of my conferences in Pune as well. And to be very, very precisely, this is just an example, and this is completely my example. So, and I would take pride in this example being in my case. So I really don't want anybody else to feel about it, that this is completely on Friday evening. It normally happens to me. And this is completely for me. So let me share my screen. And I'm going to show you an example of how do prompting changes the entire aspect of the way we think. So just Satish, confirm me if my screen is visible.
Yes, Ketan.
Okay, so I'm having this very, very big prompt here. And let me just go and see this. First of all, let me first of all give the prompt and give you a view of it. So, so prompt is more about, you can just go through it once, okay? I'm just going to change few things here. So I'm Ketan, I would say. Let me put my name in a different way. So I'm Ketan, being a first-year agile coach. I had a tiring bad week in office. To help me be stress-free, I'm feeling like going out with my friends to a bar and have some good time. But being always an obedient and loyal husband, I'm scared to call my wife and update on my ad hoc plans, as she will surely get angry on me. It's completely my equation with my wife. I would really want this to be kept with whatever I'm sharing right now. Nothing to do with, any other human soul. So as I can't tell her about my plan in such one of the unavoidable circumstances, I'm forced to lie to her that I will be extending my time at office. Hope you understand my situation and can provide some quality options on how I can better put forward my life, which can appear more convincing the truth. Please help me and provide optimistic options. It's just a very fun, very, very relevant thing for me, especially on Fridays. It normally happens sometimes, and I have been learning a lot. It's all my mistake that I need to be very, very careful on these aspects. But I thought, let me ask GPT about this. Any pointers anybody has here, that what options will I be getting here? Anybody?
Before that, one question, Ketan. So because you're using ChatGPT 4.0, right? This is the official licensed version, right? But if you put the same
Yes,
thing in the free version, will it be effective?
absolutely. It will be effective till the level that the basic version comes and tells you that you need to wait for next 5 hours before you start again prompting. So it's more about the tokenization. You have a limited tokens coming through in the basic version. When you get a pro version, you get the access to, prompt n number of times. That's exactly how.
Yeah. So do you suggest it's worth taking this licensed version? Because that is also one of my question.
Yeah. Coming back to that question, anyways, I wanted to answer that at the end, that use ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, Perplexity, Copilot, whatever extensively that you're using for your usage. Check for a couple of months which of these is really mapping to your needs on a daily basis. And I'm using ChatGPT Pro from almost now 9 to 10 months, and I really feel really well to have this. It is really a worth to create a lot many things using ChatGPT. I also do have it for Cloud and Jada, which I don't know, which I'm going to share anyways this tool here. So do experience it first, and then put forward to take the pro version.
Yeah, sorry to just ask one more questions, but it doesn't generate images and videos, right? That
It generates. I will show you today.
Okay, thanks.
I'll show you today on that. So just on a lighter note, this is just a prompt I'm giving about myself. When I hit this to ChatGPT, let's see what it gives. We talk about ethical AI. It says it's crucial to maintain trust and honesty in relationship. It's trying to say that, you need to be quite well. And you basically need to be very, very ethical about what you're trying to do. Plan a compromise. It's basically go and talk to her about it and everything. Just a small example, we talk about a lot of on ethics and compliance and responsible AI, but it is more about the way we basically go and address the prompt. Now here I have not got the options because it is very, very clearly mentioned about it. I'm going to just complete this piece by giving a very, very structured prompt that I have at the end. Where is that? I think I'll come back to that at the end. That would be better. So just to start with it, the way we prompt it, the way we put forward the emotions is something that is very important here. Now understand, I mentioned the way my name as this, KN10, but it has taken my name here automatically. Reason being is that it's basically my account which is getting trained every single day from last 1 year. And when I go back, just to share with all of you again, this is something I shared last time as well. You have a customized chat GPT option if you take a pro version. And here you can go and mention what would you like chat GPT to understand about you so that it can provide better responses. I've just given some pointers about myself, okay, and also about understanding that it should consider human empathy. And when I said human empathy, that is the reason the response is coming like that. Okay. I would like you to consider empathy-based responses that covers senses-driven understanding. So it should have some understanding of how the human senses works when you basically ask the question or when you are in a situation and how it can be more empathetic. Try to be like that. I would like ChatGPT to respond back to the point, being creative with the solutions and provide point-wise responses wherever possible. And this is one of the considerations why when you go here, even when you're feeling stressed, instead of lying, I encourage you to consider. This is an empathy kind of a thing which comes in because I've provided that customized ChatGPT instructions there. So one simple way, there are many different ways of how you prompt it, but the whole aspect of this example to you is how well we can organize any Gen AI tool. You go to ChatGPT, you get the options to customize it. Even Gemini had something different. Cloud, I'm not sure. I have not used Cloud that effectively, but these are the ways of how you can organize your prompts. Prompt engineering is a basic aspect which is going to be ensuring you to use any of these Gen AI tools to the fullest. So just a simple example about it, okay? And I hope you got how you can use customized ChatGPT as well. The next thing that I'm going to share with you is how you can basically create your own GPT. I think I showed this last time, but just wanted to set it straight again. If you have a pro version of ChatGPT. So if you see here, I have my own so many GPTs here. So if I go here, this is Ketan's AI and Agile. I have some HR assisted buddy, innovation lead, or some kind of product owners thing. So I go here and I create. And when I ask the GPT builder to create, create a GPT for Agile practitioners who are new to GenAI and are in need to understand the practices, learnings, solutioning of GenAI that they can use in their roles. So I'm just trying to create a new GPT on top of the ChatGPT's LLM. All right, it has taken some roles here. Here are a few suggestions. All right, it is going to take any name. So I'm going to say take any of them. So when you are using Gen AI, I'm just trying to give you some basic tips of how you can make it more personalized to you. It's going to go for AI, Agile AI coach. What can you replace the word coach with practitioner? I say proceed. Oh, some problem. It is generating a profile picture specific for that particular my personalized GPT that I want to have. Something like this. All right. Sorry. It is having some role and goal, some constraints what it could be having, guidelines automatically been taken about your personalized GPT. You can update this, whatever you want to do it. In the interest of time, I'll say I'm okay. On the right-hand side, it is updating the GPT. the preview here, you will hear my sample new assisted AI Agile Practitioner GPT will come. This is my new GPT, a sample GPT, especially for Agile AI practitioners like all of us. And when I say hit button create, it basically creates. Right now, I want it. Okay, I can. So if I really want to share this with all of you, I just have to give the link to you. But whatever I'm training based on this, it will automatically, you can see, this is my Agile AI practitioner. This automatically is powered by all the other specific tools to get your LLMs. So Llama 3.1, Gemini, these are all large language models which are running behind the scenes to get this. You can access this with other because all these tools now are been somewhere interlinked each other as a business. So you get the responses considering what kind of an LLM is supporting from the back. This is one of the specific basic practice that one should do when you're using ChatGPT if you have a pro version. Remember, if you have a pro version, you can do many things on this. So to start with, this is the way you create it. Krishna, you have a question, go ahead.
Yeah, on the LLM that you just showed us, so do we really need to be aware on what LLMs are being used, or see, because we are ultimately just going to use ChatGPT, right?
So to answer that question, it is not about understanding what LLM you use. You are using ChatGPT, but how exactly GenAI works. What is an LLM? What is the data model? What is the algorithm behind it? How it has been trained? It's the basics that if you are interested into it, then we can surely. But you should know that which LLM has been worked upon. Like what in ChatGPT this means actually. So just about understanding it. It is not about really getting into it to know what it basically does. Right now, it is more about the usage of how you can use GenAI tools. It is not only about ChatGPT. Right now, it is about ChatGPT's flavors of how you can create it. But supporting LLMs, it is okay. It is about matter of interest to deep diving into it. So it's up to the individuals how they would like to take on this.
Okay, so just one more question. So you just showed it there. So it says 3 LLMs. So one GPT can have multiple LLMs, is it? If I understand correctly.
See, this is more technical aspect of it because we need to understand what generative pre-trained transformer means. Okay, now because the question has asked, maybe let's park this question at the end. Krishna, will that be okay?
Sure. Yeah.
It will get into a different discussion altogether.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So great. Some comments coming in. So far, just to understand, this is a basic thing to go with. If you are having a pro version of ChatGPT, do this. Even in Gemini, you get some aspects of doing this. But coming back to it, what exactly a use case I wanted to show you today is a very good tool that I normally use is JEDA. So it is JEDA.ai. It's very, very important to understand about how we really go and deep dive and use it for some aspects of product excellence. In last session, we talked about how prompt ways can initiate and can give good results for the product owners, the scrum masters, or agile coaches. Today, we're going to see some examples coming from the existing diagrams and how we can use it and create them. I do have a pro version of JEDA as well. It's a very, very handy tool. And I would really request you to just go and explore it. Before I go to JEDA, let's do a quick thing. So what happened is in one of my previous session, let's take this. So basically, I have an example here. So this is where, let's take an example. I hope this image is visible to all of you. Sachi, just confirm me.
Yes, Ketan, we are able to.
All right, fine. So this is just a young couple who's supposed to basically go and take a mortgage. They want to mortgage the house. They want to take a loan. These are some steps, some ways of how a customer empathy can be done to different roles, right? How we talk. So basically more of a customer empathy map or customer empathy steps been mentioned. So you have decide, learn, choose, apply, purchase, complete other steps. So if a young couple comes to a bank, how a customer service officer treats them, what are the green, amber, and red questions that should be asking? What are the technology opportunities for this to be enabled is just mentioned at the below. So the first is when you're deciding to provide the access options, decide to buy a home, you have a question. We loved our neighborhood growing up and want to raise our kids the same. This is a kind of a questioning, a kind of a customer empathy ways to start with. In the learning, it's about clarifying the goals. A customer service officer asks those questions because the objective is that he explains the product, he prepares the offer, understand the customer in an empathetic way, and get those. So that when they go to choose what to buy, again, a customer service officer provides them more information, right? To map the goals that the young couple is having. Then once they are confirmed about it, they need to go for apply, where they have to have a financial check of their maybe a credit history and all those things. And the credit department comes in to do the assessment, evaluates, just something that will pass quickly. The bank officer will handle everything. Normally, such things, even if you go to the banks, we sometimes feel stressed because, it should be done quickly. There should not be any hurdles coming in. So yeah, those kind of empathy pointers have been mentioned. Why does a bank need paper copies? Can't this all be online? These are the questions that customer has, right? We go with the frustrations every day when you go to the bank, especially back in subcontinent. Even if we have some government banks, we go back and we have to stand in long queues as well. When you start purchasing, the negotiation of sales starts. You sign the contract. Customer service officer comes back as a role, and he basically asks, "We are happy the bank officer kept us updated." That's a kind of feedback you get from the young couple when they are empathetic and they're providing you. If it is not that, if they're thinking and feeling a bit different, negotiating a sale this big makes us nervous because they are not in a good emotion because they feel that, are we really investing well? But sometimes if it takes longer, then there's a feeling or there's a thinking or a feeling that they're getting frustrated about it. At the end, it is celebrate, you complete, and you move on. A simple step-by-step customer emotions on thinking and feeling and how the representative of bank is assisting them. And those are the steps basically that a customer can go through in a bank. And what are those empathy map pointers? This is just a simple example right now. Normally, what we do is we understand this entire map, and then accordingly, we basically understand how our product should be, what kind of excellence our product should bring in so that all these factors should be there. But normally, traditionally, we used to do it by breaking this down, working with different agile roles, creating some ways of how this can be done, right? But if I just put this back into any Gen AI tool and ask them, based on this, can you create a user story map or a feature map? Will it give it back to us? Let's see. Okay. So I'm just trying to go back here. And this image is somewhere here in what we know. So let's go here. I'm going just to ChatGPT first. Let me go to some of my creations that I had. So I'd go towards a normal ChatGPT word. Fine. It will create a new instance. I go here. I upload from my computer the diagram. So I go back to here. I go back into the mortgaging. Go here. I open it. Now I have uploaded the image. I hope the image you have got it already. If not, I'm just trying to show here again to you so that you are having the relevance to the. So this is the image. Okay. What I'm going to ask is go back. Okay. Can you create detail map? So it will be attached. So let's see, I've just prompted this. Let's see whether it basically reads the image. So there comes the feature map of stages, what feature should be there, current observations and proposed enhancements required. So each and every step which was mentioned there, it is giving me the feature. So it has taken one feature. I have not mentioned how many features I want or all the features I want. What are the additional empathy parameters? Emotional support was missing. How can the user experience can be better? How can trust and security with a young couple can be built in? Feedback loop was not there. If I go back here, it was more about purchase complete. And then the feedback loop of how basically they have to, how the bank can understand the feedback from young couple was missing. So this is exactly how your Gen AI can help you and assist you in understanding your empathy maps or the way your customer is trying to get into any such situation. It's just a simple example. You generate this empathy map and you basically get the more. Yes, Nawaz, go ahead. You have your hand raised.
It is for only for licensed version, the conversation.
You can upload this, I think, in the free version as well. It will give you the responses, but it will stop after some time because the tokenization is less. So whatever I'm doing right now is the pro version. And I would suggest if you really want to explore this in detail, take any of the tools, whichever you feel comfortable, the pro version, and you will see more benefits coming out of it.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to check on any other questions if we have, because if no, then we go ahead. Oh, sorry.
So, Ketan, let me ask you this question. So, you see, this is what was one of my questions. And this generates the output, but again, we have to manually look into this. I know it requires some kind of intervention for validating it, but sometimes, let's say, if it gives the perfect output, then how do we port this to a tool like Jira, things like that?
I'll come back to that at the end. I'll come back to that at the end.
Okay, sure.
Just to satisfy, just to give you a glimpse, I have an example of Jira here.
Okay, sure.
And this is where a Kanban board has been filled by ChatGPT. Let me come to that. Let me come at the end.
Okay, thanks.
Just want to let you know that I have that example mapping to whatever you mentioned. So we'll come back to that at the end. Okay. So
Sure.
now the point here is, don't look for perfections in the responses. This is an assistance. AI is just there to be your buddy. Generative AI responses are more for you to be a better AI enabled professional. It is not about right or wrong. It is more about assistance. This is a very, very, very important aspect to it. Whatever responses you're trying to get, it's an assistance because this is something that is allowing us to have a broader systems thinking everywhere. So one example of this, of how you basically do it. Now, when I go to explore GPTs and the way you are saying right now, I'll come back here and say, image generator. I've been using this a lot because now I will go and upload this here again. Right? I have uploaded this. Can you create the mind map? Feature map. And more detailed empathy map based on the content. Let's see, I'm not asking it what it is. I want image generator to understand and read it themselves. Let's see, first of all, whether it creates an image or not. So it has read the diagram and now trying to analyze it based on the empathy map for the young couple. Trying to provide the mind map also for each and every steps that we have given. It has gone in detail about it because these many details were not there in the diagram mentioned. And then it has gone beyond it to provide us the feature map based on technology opportunities as well. Let's see whether it creates the image. So it cannot create the images because it wants me to basically use Canva or some other diagrams. So if the same thing has been done, because now the point here is it has given us the steps to how to do it. So maybe if I go to Explore GPT, and if I go into the diagrams, I purposefully did the mistakes that I can come down here and let you know that it is also about practicing to go and show. If you go to diagrams here and then upload and provide it, it is going to export that into some kind of a diagram to all of you. I would request you to try this out. Because now I have to go back in empathy map creation. I basically should. Okay, let me do this. You have many tools here. You have many GPTs. You have to basically go and explore them yourself, and you will surely get a lot of different aspects coming out of it. So if I go to diagrams, if I go here and now upload my, it should sometimes it basically so now, first of all, it's going to get a syntax. I want to allow it. It is ChatGPT has some interactions with other tools as well to generate such things to get it back to you. It's taking some time, but
so in this case, so we have to use multiple GPTs to get what we want.
you have one GPT, but you have different wrappers on top of it.
Okay.
Now here comes a diagram. You have the diagram coming in for the mind map. The best part is you can edit this using Miro. So if I click on edit with Miro, it opens up my Miro account, and each and everything you can go and edit it. And you can share the link to others as well so that you can basically update it. Home buying journey, this is my entire mind map coming in. Maybe the structure is something that we can work on, but it is up to all of you how you basically take it. So I purposefully went to the image generation because it was not an image, right? So it is important that how we basically use it. You want to download the image, you can download the image as well. And basically you can use it anywhere you want. You can do this, you can tell what kind of mind map, what kind of structure you want. Do you want it in a column-wise information? How the image should come, how the diagram should come. You can specify that in detail. And you can basically get that diagram and can publish. How cool is it for the Scrum Masters and Agile coaches? Right? You basically go and just learn from here. It basically makes your journey easy. Creating an empathy map, think about it, use this, but at the end, make the decision making in your hand. Decision making has to be human generated. The human AI collaboration, AI is more data driven output response to the prompt that you have. Our intelligence is more on consciousness of whether it is right to do or not. Don't let this response take over your thought process of decision making. It is our experience that has to provide a decision making. So one simple use case of how you can use it using customer empathy, generating the mind map, and then you can go further onto it with the last session that I shown. You have the feature list that we created, right? You can have feature list to create more features. Features then can go ahead and can create more specific user stories and acceptance criteria and so on and so forth. Yes, Venkat, go ahead.
Hey, Ketan, the Jedi, right? How it can be used in this?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
But before that, is this particular simple example understood? Any questions on this? I'll come back to Jada after this, anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, it's useful, Ketan. Just one question: if you are using, you showed us Miro, right? In case if you're using any other tool, it's configurable. Like let's say Mural. If I'm using Mural and all, but in your case, since you are using Miro, is it by default going there, or it has a
No,
feature?
I think at this point of time, ChatGPT has a collaboration with Miro.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But the point here is that even if it is in Miro, you can copy here. You can just copy and you can upload in Mural as well. Now,
Okay.
these all this Gen AI tools have collaboration. If you go to Gemini, it might have a Mural. So everybody has their own ways of tie-up. The whole aspect here is that how well you can use it. Even if that doesn't happen, you just take up this because you can go and edit this completely. It has given that feature here that whatever has been created there, it is editable here based on the icons coming in Miro and whatever tools you're having. It completely depends on the association of those collaborations. So I would say at this point of time, I can see only Miro. So that's the reason we can go with Miro. I'm not sure about Miro. Santosh, go ahead.
Uh, Thanks, Ketan. So I understand that once we give input, how the output came, and it is brilliant to see this at a very, span of seconds, which usually takes hours when we do it in actual planning or a program. Now, I have a doubt around the input. So basically, you have given an input which you have a screenshot. Now, practically, if we want to use it on a day-to-day basis, we use a whiteboard, right? In office, or if you use a whiteboard, draw it with your own hands and then take a photo and give that as an input. Would that be able to recognize and give us the same benefit?
Let's have a demo on that. Very
Sure.
fantastic question, and I'm really glad that I have the answers to these questions. So let me go back here. Just a minute. Okay, so activities. So let's understand this. First of all, can you read this? In one of the sessions, when I was conducting this, I had some activity. This is a piece of paper been taken, and there's some team Avenger. They had a customer empathy. Okay, this was been done about, I think so, for insurance agency. I think I had a vision statement for them, which was, I think, this one. So I had a vision statement for health insurance product, which I gave it to the participants. Our vision is to ensure that every individual and family, especially young professionals, have health insurance that meets the unique needs. Comprehensive health coverage, key users are young professionals, activities to create value stream, identify value stream steps and outline the value stream map, and also empathy map considering the key users. So based on this vision is exactly where this team actually worked on together, 4 or 5 people. This was an in-person session that I took, and they had this been created. So similar was about like this or something different. We had a value stream map as well. Okay. What do you feel, Santosh? Will ChatGPT read this? Look at the handwriting.
This is exactly the question I had.
Yeah, that's the
What
reason.
I was thinking is actually a better shape of writing it on a whiteboard. This is even bad than that.
Yeah. So let's see whether Team Avengers, customer empathy map, and whatever has been written there, does ChatGPT understand this? Okay. It's a fantastic, and I'm really glad that you brought this because eventually I had something to justify on that as well. So let's see. So let me first of all see where that image is. So this is, I think this one is the image. Let me rename this so that I can basically, this is a rename or this mean? Sample example 23rd August. Okay, fine. So let's go into our chat GPT. Okay, fine. Let's go here, upload it. Uh, I need to take it from. It is. I renamed this one. Have it uploaded. Can you please read it? Rather, why should I? Let me be optimistic. Can you please outline the empathy map in detail with the team name mentioned and consider all the points mentioned in the attached image. Let's see. Does ChatGPT do a magic here? It has taken Team Avaya. That is all fine. It has outlined the details of whatever mentioned. Now let's see whether it is mapping to whatever is in the image. It should match, I believe so. But if not, we should not be surprised. At least it has read already. So, and if it is not reading, then we should blame the person who has wrote
Handwriting,
this.
yeah.
So it says Team Avengers is what I read, which taken Team Avaya. That's fine. Easy appointment scheduling. Okay, so I go back. Easy appointment scheduling has been read. It says it is more about easy renewal. Where is easy renewal? I don't know. But it's trying to read somewhere. I think this is where it is easy renewal or easy onboarding. I'm not sure. It has taken the frustration things. It's trying to read everything. When it goes to C's, it is advertisements and promotions. Yes, advertisement promotion has been taken up. Here is word of mouth from peers. Word of mouth from peers been read. News and updates from insurance companies. News and updates from insurance companies. Great. I hope that this answers your question, Santosh. Frustrated with complex process, frustration with complex policies. That's all fine. But the key observations or the context has been understood. It comes down to the key observations. It provides a recommendation about what you can do differently. I think this was more a rough example where you can go and upload it. And this was one of the examples I took in an in-person session as well. But thanks for bringing it. I hope this gives a good clarity of whether it reads the way you want it to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure doctors, whatever they prescribe, if at all that can be read by GPT, then I would be surprised as well. Any questions, Santosh? You good?
It had actually answered my next follow-up questions. I don't have any.
Okay. I hope I'm glad that this example was good
Might
enough for you.
be a doctor writing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to get into that. It should not happen in a way that we're not getting responses. Then again, the group here will lose confidence in ChatGPT. Okay,
Okay.
let's get back to the next one. We do have some more time to go, but do post your questions in the chat so that we can take that at the end. We'll take good amount of 15 minutes, but 10-15 minutes to answer the questions as well. I moved to Jada. So now, right now, what we did is we had the diagrams, which we uploaded. Now, how about creating the diagrams using a tool itself, and then using that diagram and generating something more? How can AI use intelligence to generate something that is in our mind specifically? Is exactly what I'm going to show you. So let's go to Jada. So it's one of my favorite tools, okay, where I can really go and create as many diagrams, wireframes on these aspects. Look at that. Strategy and planning, product. So now, what kind of a diagram do you want to create? Basically, give the input, it will create it for you. For an example, I created something like product roadmap for mortgaging the house. This was something been created way back. I just wanted to share with you. The roadmap is designed to help a young couple navigate the process of planning. So initial planning, what is required? Research and pre-approval, house hunting, finalize the mortgage. Let me give a demonstration to it so that you will understand it more better. So what you do is I go back, I create my own workspace. Again, this is again a pro version. Even in your free version, you can generate diagrams, but you will not be able to download it. This download feature comes in only when you have a pro version. So when I go here into product, or let's go to user experience. Okay, let's take a user journey map. That's the same example, okay? So I go to a user journey map for what? I would say new product roadmap on new for mortgaging the house for a young couple. Oh, sorry. In the house. I'll say young couple. Goals and purpose to seek loan for the house. In more context, couple is working. Couple is working with automobile company, average bread earners, have kids, and live a good, decent neighborhood. All right, output language we mentioned here. I go here. I want which AI model. So I will go with GPT-4o. Again, there's just an option given. You can choose any of them. And when I say generate, let's see what it generates to us. Come on, Jada. All right, something came up. Let's basically go and make it 50% to understand it better. Okay, let me do this. Oh, no. Is this okay visible to all of you? So just a user journey map for young couples seeking mortgage. Research phase. What should we be doing in the research? Browsing mortgage rates online, consulting with friends and family, reading lender reviews, initial contact, pre-approval process, house hunting, making an offer, closing the deal. This is something that Jada is trying to create for you. Earlier, it was an image that I had. Now you are trying to create a diagram, first of all, at the initial level, how this should be. How good it would be if I just upload now this diagram back to ChatGPT and go on with the same process I did, right? This is exactly how this is going to be helping us. So what I just need to do is go here, choose a white background to download it. It will download it for me. Right, it has gone and downloaded for me. And let me first of all see whether it is downloaded well. I just click on the hand to see whether it is the only piece has been mentioned, because when you say closing the deal, these are the steps of the user journey for the couple seeking the mortgage. When I go back to my downloads, it comes here. It creates and gets me the image. I upload this image. Let's do that quickly. And let's see what you want to ask. So I go back here. Now I've been taking a lot of ChatGPT. You might be feeling that, Ketan is just trying to say everything in ChatGPT. How about using Cloud for a minute? Let's go to Cloud. So I go to Cloud, and especially Cloud is not a pro version for me. All right, let's see. Add content. I go in the downloads. I basically upload this image. It has uploaded now. Can you please create it needs some money here. Sorry for that. I think for this, it basically needs money. So I'm sorry the Cloud has rejected me here. So I'd like to go back to my favorite ChatGPT here. I think ChatGPT is not going to disappoint me and you all. But Cloud A would need some money because I've used it. I think I've used the free potential already. So I go into the same thing. Right, we started getting the feature map based on the user journey coming from Jada. All of these is subjected to review. All of this is subjected for our human AI collaboration for having decision making. Understood that. So everything that gets you as a response requires our conscious decision making to seek that whether whatever we are trying to confirm upon is really mapping to the need that we really have. So in a similar way, Jira can provide you many things. If you go to user experience, you have user research flow, user flow, design brief. There are many things you can explore about it. A Moscow analysis on your prioritization. What kind of user scenarios could be there? This would be more for the people who are doing testing. You go to retrospective is a fantastic thing for all the scrum masters and coaches if you really want to go with. It basically have different ways of how you can do a retrospective. All of them. Majority of them you can add and you can customize as well. But you really need to get into this to use it. This is one very good aspect for all the scrum masters and coaches to use this. It really creates a great way of representing your dashboards of retrospectives. You go to product, it's a very, very important section here for all the product managers and product owners. If you really want to understand how your features or how your system solution have to be created about it, step-by-step impact of everything, you can create a diagram out of it, right? For leaders, if you really want to understand strategy and planning, just put in the value proposition, mission, vision, values. It will create different ways of your different diagrams here. This is going to be a first step to understand the 30,000 high view or maybe detailed view. You can use the generated outcome from here to the another GPT. Understand this, that you will have a good view. Before making your decisions and your confirmation, you will have apt amount of data, apt amount of responses that you can play around with to generate healthy, workable items or maybe outputs as well in a very, very limited effort. AI recipe maker is again where you can basically go and create your own templates as well. For whom, and it will basically create a recipe for you of how you can do it. Diagrams, wireframes, if you want to write something on this, even it can basically go and allow you to write many things. If you want to have a blog, email reply, I think this is something I don't use much. I feel being the human aspect of it, I should write my email my own. I should write my blog and post my own. I don't want to use any AI for that. So this is one very good tool that I've been using very well. I would suggest you to, first of all, experience a free version of it and then see whether it basically makes good amount of impact to you, especially for the agile practitioners where we are really, really involved into many aspects of products, many aspects of agility. Very important that a Jada and GenAI tool, Jada and ChatGPT or Cloud, this interaction really helps a lot. Okay. Krishna, you have your hand been raised for a long time. It might be paining. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that was one of my, I mean, it's very nice, Ketan. So my question is, so you've been exploring these things for last 8-10 months, you said. So predominantly I've been using ChatGPT. So there are so many tools are available, right? When to use, see, you tried using Jada, Claudia, and ChatGPT and all. So when do you, okay, so now your last statement, that answers kind of the question I had. So this is specific to agile practitioner is what you are saying, Jada.ai. Am I right?
Yes. I'll tell you one thing is, the first of all, it's understanding of you take one tool, explore it. But while exploring, you need to have a vision of why are you exploring it? What is your purpose? If the purpose is getting fulfilled, it should not be directionless. Otherwise, I will tell you one thing. There are three kinds of ways right now IT professionals are using generative AI. The first is reactive. The second is informative. Third is exploratory. Right now, when a lot of people, when I interact with them, they say that, I got the response. We are reactive about it. We have something in our mind where we don't have the answers and we're seeking the answer from them. That is a reactive way of doing prompting or reactive way of utilizing it. So till the point of time you are in a journey of reactive utilization of Gen AI, you will be just satisfied with whatever you have at your hand right now. Informative is when a journey starts where you get the curiosity coming in. What is more that Gen AI can do for me for tomorrow, or how it can make my upcoming week more better? How I can make this a journey of daily AI, right? AI for daily usage. That's where you get into the steps of informative usage of Gen AI. The third is exploratory, where you think beyond your daily AI aspect and think from a larger system thinking perspective of how it can basically impact more bigger ways. I think this is a three-step mindset driven thing that any Gen AI user has to go through. This is exactly what I went through. So when I started using Gen AI, it was more about I want answers. I want answers tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to appear good in front of my team members that I have great answers because I know basics of Gen AI. You start from that confidence, right? And then you go on. And many times we get the response from Gen AI, we share with people, but we don't tell anybody, right? It's coming from Gen AI because we want them to know that we know better. That's exactly how the interactions happen. But nowadays, even a slight change in the email communications language, we can sense it out that it's coming from Gen AI. So I think it's more about the journey that you're going to go through, or maybe all of us. It's still with me as well. There are many aspects where I'm still very reactive as well. So I think it is a purpose that you need to have. And I would say let the purpose be bigger and you automatically will evolve with a lot of different tools. I hope I answered the question.
Yes.
Ram,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Ketan, for your time and valuable inputs. Has been insights to me here, listening and observing through your showcase. Yeah. First of all, since I'm new to the Gen AI, so my basic fundamental question is: if I want to download or subscribe for ChatGPT, is that the pro version is that I'm supposed to keen to look into and explore, or is that the first basic versions I can start with and move on?
So go with the first basic version, logged in through your any account, personal account,
Okay.
whatever the free version offers to you, use it for a month or two.
Okay.
See the response, see the change that is happening in your day-to-day activities and work.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you are comfortable and even, utilize my mistakes. Maybe many are there, many more better people, many more better professionals are there than me who have done great mistakes in utilizing Gen AI. So maybe, I can, and maybe many others can also share a lot of mistakes that we have done that can enable you to have a wise ways of thinking.
Okay.
So I did a lot of mistakes when I did started ChatGPT. I then realized that, I need to get into it. The whole thing
Okay.
was I wanted to learn it, not because I wanted to be AI enabled. I just wanted to have an assistance and know that the world will drastically evolve with AI. And
Okay.
tomorrow, when everybody will use it, we have to use it anyways. So that's the way I would like to put it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Natrikatan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Thank you, and
have.
I appreciate your honest, feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Ketan. It is a very nice presentation provided by you regarding Gen AI. So I also gone through few of the Gen AI tool which are coming into the market, which converts from text to text and text to video, text to picture, and picture to picture. These kind of features we can find in some of the Gen AI tools. So there are 100 plus Gen AI tool which may come in the down the line. These are the few tools which you have explained. So like what would be the usage of this Gen AI tool in IT industries, in MNCs, for newcomers, but for using Gen AI tool, what kind of requirements the end user will come up? That is my question.
So first of all, if you are an end user, what are your top two needs?
uh, like we like I am a technically delivery. I go through the requirements. I create exploratory documents for automation need. So once I promote my requirement for the automation, they will automate it. For me, as a automate, if I am an automation engineer, if I think in that perspective, how this GenAI tool will be useful for me in that situation. Like I am thinking in this way.
Okay, fine. So I got your question. See, uh, when you go here in ChatGPT, go to research and analysis. Okay, and I think it's productivity as well. You get something in automation as well. You go to programming here. You get a lot of different such automation Gen AI tools as well, which can provide you the automation scripts and code and generate some aspects of you to basically ease your job. Now, the point here is that whatever you need, just try and search it out through ChatGPT or just try and search it out for existing tools. There's a tool called as TaskKit, and there is also a tool called as for automation. There is also a tool called as I would say it is Blink.ai. I think so. There are different tools. When you go to ChatGPT, I would tell you one more thing. There's one thing that I can let you know very very easily. When you go and explore GPT here now, across the world, there are a lot of people who are creating their GPTs, and there are many of them which basically share and make it public. So if you just go and say here automation and search, look at this. There's so many people who have created their own GPTs specific to automation. In specific to whatever you need, just put it here. Can you just give me two keywords of what you are trying as an end user? What kind of automation?
So we are using Tricentis Tosca as an automation tool in our organization.
What
So
is that? What is that used for?
it's used for automating web-based and Windows-based application
Okay, fine.
automation.
Hang on there.
Yeah.
You have a web-based automation expert kind of a GPT already in your chat GPT. This is something that somebody has created, someone named as MLDE Tech. He has created this web automation expert kind of a Selenium-based web scraping and automation GPT. Go and use it if you have a pro version. So all of these that I have created, if I make it public, it is going to be available for everybody in the world. And that is exactly how your Gen AI tool is training every day. I am training, the entire world is using and training and making it more enabled. Did you got the answer?
Yes, Ketan. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you feel that there is nothing of that sort available, go and create one. Just go and create a chat GPT, create a GPT builder, create your own, whatever you want, put it there. It will create a simple, specified, personalized GPT for you.
Sure, Ketan.
All right. Yes, Nawaz, go ahead. You have your hand
Yeah.
raised.
Yes. So after creating this is own build, so what are the uses we do have?
Come again?
Yeah, if you are going to build our own, web, like someone has been created web automation expert, right? In the same term, if we are creating our own, build page, so what is the use if I am sharing in the public?
So the use is just to, so the point here is that if there are any other users who want to basically use it based on the way your builder is, they can use it. It's up to you. Now, the user, first of all, the first user is we ourselves. There might be many people like us with whom we can share the link. What happens is the moment I told you, right? When I created this, where is gone? Yeah, the one, this one.
Yeah.
If I want to go and share this with all of you, I just have to go inside this and share the link with you guys. Copy link.
Okay.
If I go and say edit GPT here, it goes into the edit section of it, and I can say share. The moment I share, it says GPT store. So GPT Chat GPT has a GPT store where it basically stores all of these if I allow it to.
Okay.
I'm right now not allowing. If I do like this, it goes in Chat GPT store. If I only make it like this, It will only go to the people where I will go the link. I don't want my ways of training data to be went to anybody else, because this is my specific training training algorithm running behind my, not algorithm, my basic prompts or my specific requests that GPT is getting trained on. So it is up to us. So it basically goes in the GPT store. So GPT store has it, and anybody else would like to use it, they can use it. That's the only objective. Thank you. Okay, with that, we still have 15 minutes to go, and I have last thing to share.
One
And
question.
then we
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
So how is the privacy? So just now, as I mentioned, one of the automation tool also we can use, right? So we are feeding our data, we are training our data, right? So how is the security it will impact? I mean, how it will secure?
The first thing is, when you talk about responsible AI and security aspect to it, ensure that these all tools are having generic and worldwide available data. Specific to your organization data is something that you need to have a collaboration with such big organizations who are providing Gen AI tools. If it is more on security perspective, you need to develop your own organization specific protected Gen AI wrapper or a tool which can be built on top of your Llama or your GPT requirements. What happens is your own knowledge, your own knowledge sections, your own wrappers of the company will always have firewalls. It will only use the data that you have, and then it could be protected by different ways of LLMs, which will integrate it. So, to answer the question frankly, whatever we are doing right now, it is an assistance. It is a learning coming out from a perspective of the available data across the data sets that OpenAI is using. When it comes down to security of your personal organization's data, I would recommend as an AI learner that it should be organization mandate, ethical and considerations and legal considerations of what they are building specific to your own organization. Security aspect, if you upload anything of a company in ChatGPT, it gets trained. So we should not do that. That's exactly where each organization is coming up with their own own Gen AI solutions, which is specific for their customers or specific for their own needs. That's right now the only right approach to ensure that ethical and security aspects can be taken care. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay, last very quick demo to all. Sorry, go ahead.
Ketan, one final question. In ChatGPT, we have 3.5, 4, 4.0, and 4.5 also. I came to know these are the versions available. So as the version increases, they are releasing new features in this ChatGPT.
There are two things. Yeah, they release some features new, but it is also about the response speed. It is also about the way the data sets have been created. It is also about the fine tuning of your responses.
Okay, which is the
So, like,
stable version among all of them?
at this point of time, it's GPT 4.0.
4.0.
It is basically best for complex tasks. Like, it doesn't make any difference here, because when we are getting the response, we never think about complex or everyday tasks. At the moment we get the response, we're happy. That's what the feeling I always get. Regardless of whether 3.5, 3.0, at the end, it matters that I got the answer. My boss should be happy. So sorry, I'm kidding on that. But it is more about that. I'm getting what I want, and I'm happy about it that AI is assisting me. So my brain is about curiosity to the next question, rather than my brain stops working because AI works. That is exactly what we don't want to happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Give me some time now, because it's very, very close to the time now. And I just had one simple thing to show you. That's all. Not a real demo, but because we had. There's one more tool I would like to let you know is Zapier. Zapier is where you can zap two different applications. And this is exactly when somebody asked that how we can get things in Jira. I cannot show the demo completely because I've already published this. It takes a lot of time to complete this. But understand this, that I have an account of Jira. So I have taken a Jira service management, and I have ChatGPT, which is I'm getting bind with. So I continue here. I complete my Jira service management. Okay, I have my site. I have some project. I basically go and basically have a trigger. This trigger is having this automatic code, which basically comes and creates, and it basically, maps to Jira with a prompt. I've given a prompt for a user story already in this. which basically goes from a chat GPT. And then when I go here and into the chat GPT conversation, I've added this. It's my account again. It goes here. I have provided some instructions to this. It goes to the 4.0 version and takes it. What is a conversation I wanted to send? I have given a user role, user request, provide instructions on whatever it is. It basically have responses coming into it. And then certainly on all of these, it has already been published. So what is actually happening is, if I go to Jira, this is my Kanban project, all these user stories are coming directly from ChatGPT into my Jira. So maybe in the next webinar, if we have somewhere nearby, or maybe in next month, I will explain this entire process through a demo to all of you in a specific way, because it basically needs to have some original creations in a manual way and then showcasing this into a real-time way. That will give a good flavor. All these stories are coming, they are missed into the alignment, but there are different keys and different ways that we have to publish it. Populate it. This is all coming from the response coming from ChatGPT. Now, how it basically happens is, every Gen AI tool that you take an subscription for, I have a platform.openai.com website where I go to my playground and I have my own API key. I have my API key for, you would say, my ChatGPT account. I use that API key and add it to any specific tools like Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, or it could be specific to any other tool. And the moment I do a prompt in that particular thing, it generates the response coming from my ChatGPT's API key. This is exactly what you can do and create. And this is how it basically can merge two different applications as well. I'm just leaving this thought on that note. Do explore Zapier, Zapier. Okay. That is a very fantastic tool to zap two different applications. It can zap any applications. I've done many zaps so far. And this basically reduces the time for any Jira admins as well. So you basically go and get into it, Jira to ChatGPT or ChatGPT to Jira. You basically create a lot of great aspects to it. It all comes down to your organization policies to basically allow it, but it is all about usage. And this is one of the very good applications that I've been using to generate a lot of zaps. So some homework for all of you, or maybe some kind of exploratory thing. Learn Zapier. Try to see if you can zap. Even you can zap minute to minute things in your free version as well. Okay. And try to see even if you have a Jira free account, try to see if you have a ChatGPT API key, put it there and do it. Even if not, in my next webinar, wherever we conduct, I'll show this particular detailed use case on how you can do it. This is more for the Scrum Masters and coaches, for product owners and product managers also to understand about it. Okay, so with that, lots and lots of things. I'm going to share the list of those tools that I have taken. Jada, ChatGPT was anyways there. Zapier, these tools are there, which you can surely use it in effective. I'll stop my sharing here and we still have 8 more minutes to go. Any comments, feedback, observations, rotten eggs on Friday evening for me, let me know. I'm all for yours to take it up. Shoot.
Hi, good evening, Ketan.
Yep.
Ketan, like, how do I learn more into this? Is there any specific course in the market?
So yeah, there are many courses available in the market. Don't go specific to any specific tool courses. I would say that, there are basic courses to understand prompt engineering. And, a couple of organizations, a couple of good firms who really have good specific courses. So there's one of my friend Vijay Wade, who runs to an organization, a small firm, Agile Waters, and they have great AI courses. You can really look into that website of them, and they have really great courses for product owners and scrum masters and coaches. that would be a great way to start with on the aspect of the journey on AI-enabled Scrum Masters or product owners approaches. It is basically on the prompt engineering and the way you can use prompts. Second is more about AI boot camps, where if you want to deep dive and understand how AI works, like AI have 5 elements. You have data, model architecture, algorithm, training algorithm, then you have evaluation metrics and response. How this Gen AI technologically works inside. You basically get into an AI boot camp if you're a technology guy. More than that, exploring the tools that we are having the use cases. We surely will have this conversations on the webinars as well. You can reach out to me any point of time, honestly. And this is a community thing where we have to share the knowledge coming across, so that we basically build up the community with a lot of Gen AI strengths coming in. This is something which can approach any point of time. But I would really suggest you to go with the courses specific to understand basics of AI first, basics of Gen AI and prompt engineering, how your role can be enabled using Gen AI. And that is exactly, those courses are really important. So as I suggested, just go through the Agile Waters Consulting's website. You will get some basic courses, because those courses are really specific for our roles. Then we can go beyond to blockchain council, certified ChatGPT expert, or certified cloud expert, or certified AI prompter or AI prompt engineer, because those are all theoretical courses where we understand the theory, but the practical aspect of our usage based on our case studies, that we might have to evangelize and evolve. So I can suggest those things to you. And despite that, you can connect with me offline as well. We can connect and can surely explore more.
So anything for project managers, because this mostly on Scrum Masters and product owners, right?
There are courses for AI for developers, testers, and project managers as well. Like how project managers can work on the project plan and SRS documentation, to coming to a pipeline and budgeting and suggestive budgeting, and how they can organize the staffing and everything as well. So definitely, those courses are also available.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ketan. Thank you.
Okay, 4 more minutes to go.
So nowadays I can hear like ANI, AGI, ASI, and many more. So could you elaborate more?
Where, sorry?
AGI, ASI, artificial general intelligence. Could you elaborate how is it maybe
I'll tell
influence
you
the
one
market?
thing. So AI is a very big onion. Okay, so AI has, the first thing the AI has inside is your machine learning. Then inside it's a deep learning. Then inside it's a generative AI. So in 90s, 95 or 90, I'm not sure, there was a game called as Prince of Persia. I'm not sure whether you played that game. It was a very interesting game. I used to like the game. Whenever the prince is to meet the princess, and so many hurdles used to come in between. So Prince of Persia, the game, or the game like Solitaire, if you have played in early 2000s in your Windows 95 or 98 kind of a machine, those were the examples of your AI specific to machine learning, but the machine was only being trained about those aspects of cards or those aspects of game. Same was for the chess. Online chess was a machine learning. So artificial general intelligence is about, not only about Gen AI, it is more about your automotives. You're building vehicles, automatic vehicles, building a machine that can work. Alexa is an example of machine learning. Siri is an example of machine learning. Your home-driven home-driven collaborator. Normally, the moment you enter the house, somebody talks to you. The way you walk, the way you do, what are the changes happening? The lights automatically starts, and it basically gives you a view that the interaction comes in. That's a machine. That's basically your machine learning thing. Deep learning is coming about your cell phone. Everything that you walk, you talk, you see, same videos comes up all the time, right? That's data science coming into deep learning. That's another segment of your general intelligence section. And then inside it is your generative AI. So artificial general intelligence is about the bigger umbrella of the AI. And that is beyond your Gen AI. Gen AI is a very, very small aspect of the bigger AI umbrella. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, 2 more minutes to go. So thanks all of you for your time on this Friday evening. I hope Friday was a bit insightful and I didn't bore you much, but surely you can connect with me and
Can I
the
have your
communities.
LinkedIn ID? Can I have your LinkedIn ID?
Yeah, it has already been posted
Teja
by
shared
Satish
in
on
the chat just now.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Satish. Thanks, Satish, for the opportunity again. Always a pleasure to be here in this virtual connect on the webinar with you and the entire our SSAG community as well. And hope to see many more to come in coming future. Thanks a lot, Satish.
Thanks, Ketan, and thanks all the participants for bringing different questions where Ketan shared more pointers, like example, like handwritten is one of the best example which we can discuss and get an idea how the tools make use of it, right? So as a closure, like the upcoming in-person events at Hyderabad, Regional Scrum Gathering Hyderabad is happening in 15th and 16th November, where again Ketan and Vijayawada will be there as one of the speakers. So you can, if in case you are based out of Hyderabad, you can join us and you can interact directly with Ketan along with the virtual. So there is one thing. And the virtual events by SS Agile Gurus, tomorrow and day after, we are doing a PA planning simulation. Me and Anand Datir, we are doing it. And Shining 2024 is happening on 13th and 14th September. So I shared the links in the chat window. Take a look at it and feel free to reach out to us in case you have any questions. That's pretty much from our side. And once again, thanks each of you for taking your time in attending this session on a Friday evening. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you so much, Satish.
Thank you, Satish. Thanks, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thanks
Bye.
everyone.
Have a nice weekend ahead.
Bye.
Happy
Thanks,
weekend.
Ketan.